Hello, Noobs. So, we have started a new podcast for auditory listeners and it will be available on every major platforms. Please kindly hit the follow button and subscribe our YouTube channel for the daily updates. Uterine anomalies. We are going to classifying this video into three categories like classifications, types, clinical features and remedies. Uterine anomalies are often associated with vaginal maldevelopment. Classification of Mullerian anomalies. Class 1 Mullerian agenesis or hypoplasia. Segmental, that's including vaginal, cervical, uterine, tubal, combined. Class 2 Unicornuate uterus with or without a rudimentary horn. Class 3 Uterus didelphys. Class 4 Bicornuate uterus, a complete to internal os or partial. Class 5 Septate uterus, complete, incomplete. Class 6 Arcuate uterus. Class 7 Diethylstilbestrol related anomalies. Risk factors. Incidence of Mullerian abnormalities. It varies between 3 to 4%. The incidence is found to be high in women suffering from recurrent miscarriage or preterm deliveries, that is 5 to 20%. Failure of development of one or both Mullerian ducts. The absence of both ducts leads to absence of uterus including oviducts. There is absence of vagina as well. Primary amenorrhea is the chief complaint. The absence of one duct leads to a unicornuate uterus with a single oviduct. Failure of free canalization of the Mullerian ducts, agenesis of upper vagina or of the cervix. This may lead to hematometra as the uterus is functioning. Failure of fusion of Mullerian ducts in majority, the presence of deformity escapes attention. In some, the detection is made accidentally during investigation of infertility or repeated pregnancy wastage. In others, the diagnosis is made during the ANSI operation, manual removal of the placenta or during cesarean section. Types of fusion anomalies. The first one is arcuate, that is 18%. The cornual parts of the uterus remain separated. The uterine fundus looks concave with heart-shaped cavity outline. The second one is uterus didelphys, that is 8%. There is complete lack of fusion of the Mullerian duct with a double uterus, double cervix and double vagina. The third one is uterus bicornis, that is 26%. There is varying degrees of fusion of the muscle walls of the two ducts. Uterus bicornis bicollis, that is, there are two uterine cavities with double cervix or without vaginal septum. Uterus bicornis unicollis, there are two uterine cavities with one cervix. The horns may be equal or one horn may be rudimentary and have no communication with the developed horn. Fourth one is septate uterus, that is 35%. The two Mullerian ducts are fused together, but there is persistence of septum in between the two either partially or completely. The fifth one is uterus unicornis, 10%. Failure of development of one Mullerian duct. Clinical features. As previously mentioned, the condition may not produce any clinical manifestation. Gynecological, infertility and dyspareunia are often related in association with vaginal septum. Dysmenorrhea in bicornuate uterus or due to cryptomenorrhea. Menstrual disorders such as menorrhagia, cryptomenorrhea are seen. Obstetrical, mid-trimester miscarriage which may be recurrent. Rudimentary horn pregnancy may occur due to the transperitoneal migration of sperm or ovum from the opposite side. Cornual pregnancy or ectopic inevitably ends in rupture around 16 weeks. Cervical incompetence, increased incidence of malpresentation, that is transverse lie in arcuate or subseptate, breach in bicornuate, unicornuate or complete septate uterus. Preterm labor, IUGR, IUD. Prolonged labor due to incoordinate uterine action. Obstructed labor, obstruction by the non-gravid horn of the bicornuate uterus or rudimentary horn. Retained placenta and postpartum hemorrhage where the placenta is implanted over the uterine septum. Internal examination. Examination using uterine curettage, hysterography, hysteroscopy, laparoscopy, ultrasonography and MRI. Treatment. You have to note that presence of any uterine malformation is not an indication of surgical intervention. Rudimentary horn should be excised to reduce the risk of ectopic pregnancy. 8%. Unification operation, bicornuate or septate uterus is therefore indicated in otherwise unexplained cases with uterine malformation. Abdominal metroplasty could be done either by excising the septum, that is Strassman, Jones and Jones, or by incising the septum, that is Tompkins. Success rate of abdominal metroplasty in terms of live birth is high, that is 5 to 75%. Hysteroscopic metroplasty done, resection of the septum can be done either by resectoscope or by laser. Advantages are high success rate, short hospital stay, reduced post-operative morbidity, subsequent chance of vaginal delivery is high compared to abdominal metroplasty where cesarean section is mandatory. Thank you all. Have a nice day.